Take two. This morning I published a video and it was up for about 2 hours and about 20,000 people had watched it so far, and I had to take that video down. I made it private, and the reason is this: I got a copyright claim on that video. Now, when you make YouTube videos and you include music in your video, you have to have copyright-free music. And I have two different services that I pay for monthly to be able to choose from their music and put them in our videos. And that's one of the toughest things to do, by the way, is I try to find the right music for the right mood, the weather. You know, I try to put a lot of thought into it. And anyway, I use these two different services. Well, I just recently signed up for a third service to kind of give me more options. And today I used their music for the first time, and I got a copyright claim right off the bat. And I said, you know what? Instead of sending a bunch of emails back and forth to prove to them that yes, I'm allowed to use this music, I'm just going to take the video down, re-edit it, change it with some new music, and republish it. So I hope that explains all the confusion. Enjoy the video. So welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. This morning I need to head to the post office and mail off a big check. Another gloomy day here today, but that's okay because we've got a beautiful red oak log here on the sawmill. At the big end here, this thing measures about 24 inches in diameter. Over at this end here, we're about 22 and a half. This appears to be a nice clear log. Should make some beautiful lumber out of this. This came from over at the neighbor's place. And by the way, I just checked the weather. It appears that next week things are going to freeze up a little bit, and I will be able to get back over there because there's a bunch more of these where this one came from. There's several more big red oaks over there, and I think 4 or 5 white oaks as well. But there's a ton of wood over there. I just need it to freeze up so I can go over there and get it all. But we're going to fire up the mill here, get this one squared up. And then Melissa's going to be down in a little bit here to give me a hand. So what I did there, I took one slab off the top, that'll go to firewood, and then I took 2 pieces, you know, live edge of 4/4 off, and we're at about 21 inches wide. Looks real nice. Before I forget, I want to answer a couple questions about the sawmill. I've answered these before, but I know not everyone sees every video, or they may have missed, you know, a few things. But this is a debarker. Everybody always asks about this. And you can see this wheel right here. It's got carbide cutters on it, and that stays ahead of the blade. And what it does, it just notches out a little section of bark there, and the blade follows it. And what that does is, if there's any dirt and debris in the bark, it cleans that off and it extends the life of the blade. So that's what that is, the debarker. Now this mill is an LX150. It's been a great mill. It's has done everything that I wanted it to. The only drawback to this is it is a manual sawmill. Now, although it's a manual mill, it still has power up, power down. It's got the simple set works. It's got power feed, but it's manual because the way you turn the logs is with that log cant right there. There's no hydraulics out here on this mill. So when I need to level a log up, you know, if it's a smaller one, you can just lift one in, you put that block underneath of it. If it's a bigger one, I may swing the excavator over here, pick up one side with a strap, and get it leveled up. So it does take some time. And when you're trying to turn this log, like right now, I need to flip this 180 degrees. What you see here on the mill, that still weighs a couple thousand pounds. So if you had two people on can hooks, you can do it relatively easy. But if you're by yourself like I am right now, I'll just pick it up with the excavator, swing it off the mill, flip it over, and put it back on. As far as, you know, like cutting speed, you know, that's got a Kohler gas engine on it. It cuts plenty fast for me. You saw how it just went through this red oak right here. You know, we're 21 inches thick. It'll plow right through it, no problem at all. And I'm not like a production sawyer or anything like that. I'm not down here trying to saw thousands of board feet of lumber each day or anything like that. So the mill has worked very well for me. And like I said, it's done everything that I wanted it to. So that is how I flip those big logs on the mill. It takes a little bit of time, but it's definitely a lot easier. And a little side note, my buddy Nathan from out of the woods, he's always telling me, Mike, you need a hydraulic mill. You need that log turner. And I always tell him, there's my log turner right there. Plus, I can like dig holes with that and do other things as well. All right, we got everything squared up here. Nice big wide boards. I'm going to take a picture of this and send it to the neighbor across the street to show her what these look like now. She's a really nice lady, and she was kind of excited that these are going to be put to good use. She just texted me back and she said those are absolutely beautiful, and she is so glad we saved them. But anyway, back to the Woodmizer LX150. Now I want to show you something that I don't like about this mill. I think it's the only thing. So like I said earlier, this LX150, it's not a hydraulic mill. It doesn't have a log turner, doesn't have anything on it to lift the logs onto the mill. It doesn't have anything to help center the log on the mill. However, it is power feed, has power up and down, has the simple set works, all that. Now to work the power feed, I'll turn it on, I'll show you. This controls the speed right here. Flip this forward and the mill will start moving forward. And you can speed it up by turning this knob right here. Now it works good most of the time, but that thing works off of this rope right here. That's how it works, and you're constantly adjusting this rope. I mean, I wouldn't say constantly, that was a little bit of an exaggeration, but probably every 5 or 6 logs you're kind of tightening it up. And especially like this mill, it stays out in the weather. I just cover up the engine in this part right here with a tarp, so if that rope gets wet, kind of gets a little bit quirky. So that's really the only thing I don't like about the mill. And if it gets bad or loose in the middle of a log, you can always just kind of give it a little push to assist it. It's not horrible, but I don't like that about this mill. That's really the only thing I don't like. Well, I think I'm going to take a little break and head up to the house and get some lunch, maybe even take the hunt man somewhere. And then when I come back, Melissa will come down and give me a hand to finish this beauty up. And we'll also tell you why I sent a big check out this morning. All right, we're back down here at the mill, but what a chunk of oak this is right here. About 13.5 by 13.5. Very nice piece of wood. I think Melissa's on her way down. We're gonna fire up the mill and we'll make some more boards. So we've had this mill now for, this coming summer will be 3 years. And this was actually kind of a test, you know, getting that mill to see if it's something that we like doing and we want to do more of it. And we've decided that, yeah, we want to do that. So that check that I put in the mail this morning was for a deposit on a new sawmill. Now, it probably won't get here till, what'd I tell you, September?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So it's going to be at least 9 months out. But we ordered a fully hydraulic mill. We ordered the LX150 sawmill, and it is going to be an absolute beast. So it has, you know, the hydraulic log turner. It's got the log leveler on it. It's going to replace a lot of the things that you do, Melissa. You're not going to have to roll those big logs over. When I was down here earlier, you saw me with the excavator turning these big ones. This one will do it all automatically, and it has the has a 35 horsepower diesel engine on it. Even has LED lights, Melissa. That's pretty exciting, isn't it?
Very exciting. So I'm being replaced.
No, you'll never be replaced. It's going to make way more boards. No machine can replace you, Melissa.
Yeah, it'll be nice. I'd have to say it'll be nice for several reasons. I don't really, I'm not a sawyer, miller, but I don't like how low this is. I would want it to be higher.
Yeah, this will be on a trailer.
For several reasons, not just the man, you know, your back, so forth. I think
this one will be
functional
on a trailer, and the boards, it actually has a board return on it. It will take them off the backside, kind of like onto a table.
Oh my word, you're kidding me.
No, and then we'll set up like a drying rack right behind it, put them on there, and then we'll be able to take them right under cover. So that's the other thing. The long delay in getting one is actually a good thing, because that's going to give us time.
Now when you say trailer, was like really physically it's a trailer?
Yeah, you can tow it down the road if you want. Now it's the LX450. Now it's a
would you do that? Would you move it?
I may move it at times, but probably pretty much stay here all the time. It would be nice to have that option. It's the twin beam, or it's like, yeah, the twin beam design like the LX150 is, and it takes a little bit longer to set up than, like, say the 40 or the 70 like Nathan from Out of the Woods has. It'll take a little bit longer to level it up. Not too bad though, but it's still mobile. It's on a trailer. We'll be able to move it around if we want to. But the plan is, if it's not going to be here till towards the end of next summer, we're definitely going to have a building down here for it. So I just got all the dimensions on it, and with that diesel engine, it'll go up to about 11 feet tall, you know, the exhaust on the mill. So it's going to have to be a pretty tall building, probably 14 or 16 feet high. Originally, I was thinking of doing something like that, making it high enough that I could flip logs with the excavator, but I won't have to do that because it has the log turner on it, log loader, all that kind of stuff. But if you saw that video the other day, we were showing Levi how to run the mill, and we're going to have him get more time on it as well. It's all kind of part of the plan around here, but we definitely enjoy sawing lumber.
I just have to interrupt and let you know, if you haven't seen that video of Levi running the mill, check it out. But for everyone that did, I need to let you know this. As Levi, I'm his mom. He has several pairs of work boots.
I know.
He just didn't know that that's what they were doing because he was busy running some other
I know. There had to have been 50 comments
oh my gosh,
about he needs work boots. I don't think people realize, though, like how things go around here all the time. Like with Hunter, Melissa may be down here. Levi's up the house right now with Hunter. He may be going to the post office shipping shirts. He could be doing 100 different things. And the other day I said, I'm going to go down to the mill and I'm going to move some baskets. He said, I'll load that next basket. Next thing you know, you want to run the sawmill. So he didn't have his work boots on, and at least 50 people let us know he didn't have work boots on, but that is what it is. But anyway, that is the story. We ordered a new Woodmizer LX150 sawmill.
I did approve of it.
She approved of it.
I don't need to approve of it in case anyone wants to come at me with that, but I just like, I think it's a great idea. I think for several reasons. My question is there an option that you can just work it from the house with your drone?
But now that you say that, I don't think you can run it that far. You'd have to see what you're doing. But this one actually has a remote stand. You know what I mean? So you don't walk along beside the mill. But I got that option, the diesel engine, the debarker, all that. And like I said, we'll have a spot for it when it gets here. And it's going to get, the sawing's going to get serious here. It is.
Serious sawing.
Serious sawing.
So if you're serious for a shirt, I've got long sleeve in this gray, the wood round, Outdoors with the Morgans, the finer things in life right across the bottom. And I also have the Outdoors with the Morgans with Sasquatch, and it's in the long sleeve. You can get it in the long sleeve. That'll be on our website. Go check it out, because people have been asking for long sleeves and they've been asking for hoodies. I'm still working on hoodies. That's a tricky one. I want a nice hoodie for myself, let alone someone that's asking for them. And the price of hoodies, and you know, kind of adds up. So
yeah, the Carhartt one that I wear is just one that I bought, and it's
we just did that, right?
But they're like $50 just for the hoodie.
Just for the hoodie. So I kind of have a hard time. I don't want to put something cheap out and then at the same time I have, you know, $65 for a hoodie. I don't know. So
yeah, and I need to look into finding like wholesale Carhartt or something like that. But we're working on it.
Working into some hats, so I've been busy.
Been very busy.
Yeah.
But I think that's about it. That's the news. Something down here is getting replaced, and it's going to be the sawmill. Melissa cannot be replaced.
Thank you. All right, thanks so much for being here, for commenting. Make sure you're subscribed and click the bell icon next to it. Also go to our social media. For Instagram, it's Outdoors with the Morgans. Facebook, it's Outdoors with the Morgans. And we're moving in a new direction here in 2022. So I want to be sure you're part of it. All right, thanks so much. We'll see you on the next one.